People are reading about this BB Niger girl that went on
Our
stage.
Crocs. That's the season 10 winner, right? But we forgot that the melt heart moment of every human being is the point of vulnerability. She showed herself, she bared herself. Well, that's not the topic of today. Today we're going to be talking about, I am going to be talking about how to hire and manage your staff rightly. I was speaking to a friend and he told me that the most difficult part of doing his retail business is managing his staff. And I was like, okay, don't worry, I got you, boo. So one of the things that you can do to hire for attitude and train for skill. How do you hire for attitude? Now he told me that a girl was like, how much do you pay? And he compared what he offers to what a different organization, a bigger organization would offer. And he was like telling me that she does not even know what goes in the background and all of that. But then this girl was showing you who she was. She's very ambitious. She wants money. But then when you hire such a person for the attitude, the right attitude towards her, from hiring your staff, that's where the entire process, whether you're going to be successful in your business or whether you're going to fail, starts from. So from hiring up until rewarding your staff or even until you achieve your goal, there are certain steps that needs to be in place for you to be able to achieve the desired goal. When you hire them, you should structure a right onboarding process. Now, when it comes to onboarding, who's scheduling your task, who does this, and the general task management process, the training, telling them why you are in business, making them understand that this is not just you, this is a collaborative effort. Now, when it comes to scheduling and managing tasks, in a retail business, someone has to do certain things like put the labels or tags, price tags, and all of that, help customers, answer questions, and so much more. Not just the cashier who collects money on the counter. You see, now you have to structure these things and tell them how it needs to run and ensure that these are broken down in the onboarding process. Now, when you want to communicate what you do, how you do is that is your why. Think of the lifeline of your business, maybe your retail business, because the lifeline is simply embedded in your daily tasks. Okay, who does this? When is this done? And all of that and all of that. So don't just neglect those processes and just run through it or believe that as time goes on, then pick up. No, in fact, if you don't give them the right structure from the onset, as time goes by, they pick up the wrong ones from their peers, from anybody, they pick up the wrong ones. So you must ensure that you give them the right onboarding process. Now, when it comes to communicating your business directly to them, ensure that you have the right structure for who does this, when is this done, how do you want this to be done, and so on and so throughout the day. So all these things boils down to your goal, the success that you want to achieve at the end of the day. Then your expectations too. Okay, I expect you to do this at a certain time. I don't want you to be the one to tell you. Once you have this, or it's even best if you have it written down, but then don't just write it down and hand it over to them. Break it down to them. Break it down for them. Make them understand where you're coming from. Make them understand the goals that you're communicating. During the hours of your business, don't just do business mechanically like you're working with robots. Try as much as possible to praise them here and there, encourage their efforts. Then when it comes to reprimand, a staff did something that is wrong, don't yell across the room. Nobody wants to be yelled at, especially to the Gen Z era. They don't want you to yell at them. Try, find a way. Yes, just you're praising them for something good that they've done in the day, and then praise and then reprimand them for the wrong that they did. Don't just dwell on the reprimand alone and don't. Yeah. So now ensure that there is daily performance review. Maybe you can structure it, you can write it down, or you can question it. The problem with just using verbal performance review is that sometimes you may not feel like it. You understand? Some days you may not feel like it, but if you have a questionnaire or something that you use, you can always hand it to them. It may sound as though it's too much work, but then if you have this thing structured, it runs automatically, it runs smoothly. You know that at the end of every day, you get the feedback that you require, because that is the main reason why you're in business. Feedback must be continuous and it must be throughout the entire day, even from your customers as well. Don't just wait until maybe a certain point in time to get feedback. When it comes to managing staff, the parts that most people neglect is empowering the staff. There are a lot of ways to empower staff, like teaching them, skill acquisitions, trainings, and all of that. You can also incentives, and so much more. In those processes, ensure that you allow your staff to solve small problems. This helps boost their authority or their confidence and makes them feel as though they are an integrated part of the team. Don't just say, "Oh, let's go to the boss." We have to ask the boss. No, allow them to creatively come up with ways to solve their daily challenges. Recognize them. Some people do work out the month. It must not be all that elaborate. You can give them little gifts. Jennifer has worked so hard today. Take a bottle of this. Take this. You are this. But then making it more robust, making it structured. That okay, at the end of every month, at the end of every 3 months, we recognize the effort of our staff. Goes a long way. It's structured. It runs automatically. Some people call it automation. It's still part of automation, not tech automation, of course, but then normal automation. Then there are so many angles. Who sold the most in the organization? All these things are things that you can take into account. You can send a personalized thank you notes. And then handling conflicts between your employees. Conflict is a way that we bond. It's a way that we humans bond. So in every organization, in every establishment where humans interact, there must be conflict. It's our bonding mechanism, or it's our way of even growth, and so much more. So now you must learn how to resolve conflict without taking sides, without even making one party feel like, oh, they are not being heard. So you must allow them to bring their differences to the surface, and you must apply wisdom, and requires a great wisdom and discernment to be able to solve your staff conflicts. And then when it comes to the question of theft, who stole these out? Because not just customers will be stealing, your staff will also want to try, right? They will also steal. So how do you handle these situations when they take things? How do you deduct? Do you reprimand them publicly? Do you punish them? How do you do these things? Think about it. Think about how you would want to be handled in such cases. Read wide and learn how bigger organizations do this. Maybe subsequently you can also talk about it. But then this video, I'm just telling you how to hire for attitude, train for their skills. So now when it comes to communication scenarios, let's take, for example, introducing a new loyalty program. You're doing something and you want to introduce a new loyalty program, or versus your employees always late. Normally one of the bad ways to communicate is to yell. Do not yell. Always come up with a good tone, a high spirit, as though you are in a high spirit, you're in a high state of mind. Don't yell. Hey, there's a new loyalty program. What do you guys think? You ask them for their opinions. Let them speak their mind. Let them tell you what they think, because these are the people that interact with your customers one-on-one, so they know more than you may at a particular moment. So always allow them to, speak up, do the things that they can for your organization. I hope you enjoyed this video. For the people Naija girl that went to the stage in her Crocs, kudos, man. You go, girl. You won. And that's the period. See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.